Hello again. I think we all have to be more decisive, and you probably want to know why I think that. But first, let's start with what being decisive actually means, so we can be on the same level of understanding while I'm talking about this topic, sorry. Okay, so first of all, to me, being decisive is being able to pick an option, pick a pathway, even while knowing that what you pick may not end up having been the best option. Now, I'm not saying you have to pick something you know will be a bad option. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when you're presented with a few options of what to do, maybe you're thinking, I want to start a side hustle, and you have plentiful options. You have SMMA, crypto, drop shipping, online coaching, and the other ones that I've blanked out on, because there are loads, and you have all of these options. I'm not telling you to pick the one you know you'll hate and you won't want to do and you'll give up on in 3 weeks. That's not, I'm just telling you that all 5 of them can have success, but there'll be one in your life that probably will lead to more success than others based on how well it fits you as a person and your lifestyle and your routine. But you're not going to know that for sure just by looking at all of them and going, yes, that one's the best one for me. You might get that, and if you do, I'm so happy for you. That's really cool, and I hope it goes on to be a very successful side hustle. But for a lot of people, they'll look at all these options and they won't know what's best. They might think, oh, that one's definitely the worst of them for me, but then they'll be left with 4 and they'll be like, oh my god, what one do I pick? In this instance, decisiveness is the ability to just pick one of the 4, go, you know what, that one, I'll do that one. And say you pick drop shipping and they go, right, oh cool, I'll do drop shipping. So they've chosen drop shipping. They've been decisive, they've made a choice. They don't know whether that will have been the best choice for them. And they probably never will unless they somehow manage to do all 4 businesses, live a very similar life the entire way through their life. And it's just, you probably won't know. But they were decisive, they made that decision knowing that it might not end up being the best, but it also could yield good results. So they made a sensible, well, they were decisive, they made that decision. Now, there's another key point to decisiveness. Because it's all well and good you making a choice at the start, but then maybe a week later you could swap and you could just start doing crypto, and then another week after you start crypto, you just start YouTube, and after a week of doing YouTube, you decide, you know what, crypto's not for me, or YouTube's not for me, and you do SMMA. Now, you might think, based on the first part, you're a very decisive person. You've made 4 decisions, a big decision a week, but that's not decisive. You've actually just flipped and flopped and flipped and flopped, and maybe you suffered from shiny object syndrome, whatever it was, but that's not decisiveness. Decisiveness is the ability to make a decision knowing that what you chose may not be the best. And then the second part that I'm about to tell you, you will find out, is sticking with the option you chose. I know, really unsexy answer, isn't it? You were waiting for some generational new piece of advice you'd probably never heard before. If that's what you were thinking you'd get from this video, you're mistaken. Because I'm going to tell you a piece of advice you probably heard before, because you know what? You already really have the tools to go out and do what you need. Sometimes you just need that bit of encouragement, and then that's where I step in. And if you do enjoy my videos and you do get some encouragement from my videos, subscribe. I'll be very appreciative. Leave a like if this particular video helps you out. Leave a comment, literally about anything you want. Maybe it's how I could articulate better. Maybe it's a topic you want me to speak about. Maybe you just want to say, I like pizza. You can go for it. Tell me you like pizza, I don't mind. You do you. But yes, you have to stick with it. The same way that you have to stick with school, and it's not really a choice, but you can, some places you can make the decision to drop out of school, but you have to stick with the decision. You choose, okay, so where I am, you choose what you do at A-levels, which is what you do from when you're 17 and 18. And there's this period of 3 months of the first year when you're 17 where you can swap subjects. So it's a bit like a trial period. But after that, you have to stick with the subjects you're doing after those 3 months, which forces you into this sort of decisiveness. It's a bit of a forced decisiveness, and it helps because then it means you're not trying to study 2 years worth of content in 2 years, then in a year and 9 months, and then in a year and 6 months, because every 3 months you keep changing what you think you want to do. And that's one way decisiveness was kind of forced upon me. But I'm trying to be more decisive myself, and that's what I think you should try and do too. You should be trying and be more decisive yourself. So, to sum up real quick, decisiveness is picking a choice out of many options that you have, even though you may not know that it will be the best for you. And then the second part, the unsexy, the conventional, the probably you've heard a million times piece of advice is stick with it. Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. And I'll repeat it one more time just so that you understand how important it is that you stick with it. That is decisiveness. But now you're thinking, why? That is what I asked first, that you probably want to know why I reckon we should be more decisive. But now we've got through what decisiveness is, we can actually get onto that. And I've got it written down here. Why? Well, when you make more decisions, it inherently leads to more action. If you've decided in the here, in the now, through your decisiveness, I'm choosing dropshipping, then you've got no more fannying about trying to choose like out of the options what one you're going to do, and then you're going to start making action. That's more action on actually making this dropshipping thing work. Like for me, I spent a hell of a long time deciding whether I did or did not want to come back and do these videos. And at one point I just went, you know what, let's do it. And by making that decision, by being decisive on that specific thing, it's led to me making all the videos that to come. Imagine that I then, for another couple months, was indecisive, couldn't choose whether to start doing videos again or not. Well, then all the videos between when I really did choose to start and that made up like 2 month, 3 month time period, they wouldn't exist. And all the progress that I've got from them, all the value I've given through them, all the encouragement and all the people I've helped, wouldn't have received help. There would have been none of that encouragement. There would have been none of that progress. And you might be thinking, I don't know if you are, but you might, but surely through some of this action, there were some shortcomings, there were some failures, there were some mess ups. And again, you, on the other side of this screen, me included, everyone in this planet is a human and we are going to make some mistakes. I've made loads of mistakes. And being decisive will, yes, lead to more action, which in turn lead to more mistakes. But you know what I see mistakes as? I don't see them as a bad thing. I see them as lessons learned. The more mistakes you make, the more things that you don't get 100% right, means the more things you have learned how to get better at. The more things you have taken the next step on, the more things you now know to take the next step even better. And that is why being decisive is so crucial. To sum up, you want to choose an option even if you don't know whether it will yield the best results. You want to stick with it. Yeah, you want to keep going at it, because as long as you've picked and you keep with it, there'll be more action, which will lead to, what have I put? Either it will lead to more success outright, or it will lead to more success indirectly through you making mistakes and learning more lessons. And that's why being decisive is so damn powerful. And it's something I believe in, something I'm going to take forward into my life. especially now I've encouraged you to be more decisive, I think that in turn is an encouragement for me to be more decisive. So anytime I think there's something I need to make a decision on, I'm gonna be like, remember when you made that video? Well, pick something and stick with it. Can't go wrong, can you? And if something does go wrong, you learn. But anyways, that's it from me on this one. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, thumbs up down below, please. Thank you very much. If you want to see more, subscribe. That button is usually also underneath. And comment anything you want. Positive, not so positive, which means negative. If you didn't know, which you probably did, just me being pedantic. I can't make you say nice things. I can't also make you say bad things. That is your task. That is your choice. And I'm going to leave it up to you, because this is me signing out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.